You'll be amazed at the power these 3 repetitions have. I know it sounds too simple to be true, but what you'll discover here could completely change your relationship with money. In the next few minutes, you'll understand why some people seem to have a natural magnet for prosperity, while others are always chasing bills without ever seeing the money last. And the most impressive thing, it all starts with what you talk about every day. If you feel like money is slipping through your fingers, that you work hard and earn little, or that no matter how hard you try, your financial life isn't moving forward, this video is for you, because there is a spiritual and mental key that unlocks the flow of money, and it's in the words you repeat. Florence Scovel Shinn discovered this secret over 100 years ago, and today it continues to transform the lives of those who decide to apply it. Imagine seeing your finances change without needing luck, tricks, or empty promises. Imagine waking up and feeling that abundance is on your side, that money starts to seek you out, not the other way around. This is what happens when you learn to use the power of words with intention. Speaking isn't just an act, it's an energetic command. That's why, stay until the end, because I'm going to show you the exact words that you must repeat 3 times a day to open the flow of prosperity and make money multiply endlessly. And when you understand why this works, you'll realize you'll never again have to fight for what's rightfully yours. Now you understand that money responds to your voice, and that changing your words changes your financial reality. This content has opened your eyes to a new way to attract prosperity. Direct, simple, and powerful. So it makes sense to continue receiving messages like this every day to strengthen this new mindset. Show gratitude for this knowledge. Leave your like and subscribe to the channel to continue this journey of transformation and financial multiplication. Each new video is another step towards the prosperous life you were born to live. Have you ever stopped to notice how often you speak without really thinking about what you're saying? Most people aren't aware of the power that lies in every word that comes out of their mouth, especially when it comes to money. We often complain about our finances, our bills, our unpaid salary, and without realizing it, we're creating a huge obstacle to prosperity. The interesting thing is that money doesn't respond to effort or desperation. It responds to your mental and verbal order. He responds to what you say with conviction. This is precisely why some people seem to have a natural magnet for opportunities and money, while others are always chasing after it, never achieving what they desire. And it's not luck, it's not coincidence, it's a pure consequence of the words these people repeat every day. I want you to imagine for a moment what your life would be like if every time you spoke about money, you were attracting more, multiplying, watching the financial flow expand effortlessly, without struggle, without that constant anxiety. Sounds amazing, doesn't it? But that's exactly what happens when you understand that your words carry weight. They have power. They have the ability to transform your reality. Now, I'm not talking about magic words, empty phrases, or illusory promises. I'm talking about words that vibrate at the frequency of abundance. Words that, when repeated with intention and faith, begin to reprogram your mind and open doors that previously seemed closed. Think of it like planting seeds. If you plant seeds of scarcity every day, the soil of your life will only produce scarcity. But if you start planting seeds of abundance, prosperity, and wealth, you change the pattern. And you know what's most impressive? You don't have to wait weeks or months to start seeing results. Many people notice small changes in the first few days. An unexpected gift, an opportunity that comes out of nowhere. Something that seemed impossible suddenly appears as if it were natural. And the best part is that it doesn't depend on anyone but you. It doesn't depend on your boss, your bank, the economy, or luck. It depends on how you speak, how you approach money, and how you decide. Receive with confidence and gratitude. I want you to think with me. How many times have you said, "I can't do it," or "This is impossible for me"? Every time you say this, you're creating an invisible barrier between you and the money that should be flowing into your life. It's as if you're giving the universe contrary orders, telling it you don't deserve it, that you can't, that you're not ready. But what if you started to reverse this command? What if instead of complaining, you started speaking up? Money obeys me, it comes to me in expected and unexpected ways, and it multiplies without stopping. The difference isn't just in the sentence, it's in the intention, the frequency, the feeling you convey while speaking. That's what turns words into active commands that the universe understands and responds to. And here's an important detail. Repeating it 3 times a day is not a magic ritual. It's a way of train your mind and subconscious so that this pattern becomes automatic, natural, something that you no longer need to think about to believe, because it will already be a truth within you. As you read this, imagine that each daily repetition is like putting a coin into a machine that only increases the balance. Every word, every affirmation, every conscious command is feeding an invisible but very real mechanism that begins to move money in your life. And don't think it has to be complicated or time-consuming. It can be done at breakfast, in traffic, while you're getting ready for the day, or before bed. The important thing is consistency, discipline, and above all, sure it works. Many people give up trying because they think it's impossible, that they won't see results. But this is precisely the trap that keeps abundance at bay. Believe me, if you apply yourself and commit to these repetitions, you'll begin to notice changes, unexpected situations, and money coming from places you never imagined. And this is just the first step, because the power to speak correctly about money is something that, when mastered, paves the way for the next lessons we'll cover. Before moving on to the next step, I want you to do one thing. Write the word in the comments, abundance. Do this while feeling the truth of this word, while truly believing it can transform your day, your mind, and your financial life. By saying it, you not only reinforce the power of the word for yourself, but you also tap into the energy of everyone who is applying this technique with you. And see, this is just the first part of something much bigger, because what you are learning now will serve as the foundation for the next steps, which will reveal how emotion, expectation, and gratitude can further multiply the money in your life. And that's precisely what we'll talk about next, because now that you understand the power of speaking correctly, the next step will show you how to transform these words into a continuous force of attraction, capable of changing everything in your financial life in a concrete and verifiable way. Once you realize the power your words have over money, it's time to take the next step. It's not enough to just talk. You have to feel and believe. Many people repeat phrases, affirm intentions, but without emotion, without focus, without truly believing. And that's precisely where most fail. Real change happens when every word you speak is felt strongly, when you speak as if it were already true, as if the money were already arriving in your life at this very moment. That's what differentiates someone who simply repeats words from someone who truly begins to act. Attract prosperity in a concrete way, you need to speak with intention, with emotion, because the universe responds to the energy you emit, not just to what you say. Every time you speak a word with faith, certainty, and focus, your subconscious receives the command and begins to align everything in your life so that that word manifests. And here comes the most powerful point. Your subconscious is like fertile ground, ready to germinate everything you plant in it. If you keep repeating thoughts of scarcity, doubt, or fear, you'll reap exactly that, an endless cycle of lack. But if you start replacing these ideas with affirmations of abundance, wealth, and opportunity, something incredible happens. Your subconscious begins to work in your favor, opening doors, creating pathways, showing you solutions that previously seemed impossible. It's as if you're reprogramming your mind software that starts generating positive results every day. The difference is stark. You go from someone chasing money to someone who receives the money naturally, who perceives opportunities, who is recognized, valued, and who feels the flow of prosperity as something natural, inevitable. And here's a detail that many people ignore. Emotion is what gives life to your word. You can repeat the phrase, "Money obeys me," 1,000 times. But if you do it mechanically, without believing, without feeling the pleasure, satisfaction, and gratitude, as if you had already received it, the effect will be minimal. It's the feeling that transforms the word into an active command, that makes money flow to you in unexpected ways. It's the same principle as any law of attraction. What you feel, what you believe, what you vibrate, manifests. Therefore, the combination of speaking with focus, repeating with intention, and deeply feeling each word is what truly creates lasting change. And the most impressive thing is that, by doing this consistently, you begin to notice small proofs of this every day. A bill paid unexpectedly, a profit opportunity that appears out of nowhere, someone offering financial help, or even that brilliant idea that leads to an extra result you never expected. Now let's talk about the third point, which directly connects to this. Reprogram your financial subconscious. Imagine that your entire financial life up until now has been guided by old patterns, limiting beliefs, messages you received since childhood, or habits you don't even realize. Many of these beliefs are silent but powerful. Money is hard to come by. No one gets rich honestly. I don't deserve it. There's always a shortage. Every time you repeated these ideas, even unconsciously, you reinforced a cycle of scarcity. But here's the good news. The subconscious can be reprogrammed. And that's exactly what happens when you unite the power of speech with focus and emotion to the daily repetition of correct phrases. With each repetition, you begin to replace old beliefs with new truths. You begin to believe that you deserve it, that you are capable, that abundance is natural, and that money flows to you. And when your subconscious believes it, your external life begins to reflect this change quickly, practically, and noticeably. So you see how the 2 points connect. It's not just talking, it's not just repeating, it's not just imagining. It's speak with intention, feel with emotion, and reprogram the mind so that every command you issue is heard and obeyed by the universe and your subconscious. And to reinforce this, I want you to write in the comments the word wealth, truly feeling. Each letter, each syllable, as if you were already experiencing the results. By doing this, you not only confirm to yourself the power of what you're learning, but you also create a collective energy, because others who are applying this technique with you receive this same vibration. And here's the most exciting part. You've just taken the first steps toward a concrete transformation. What you've learned now about speaking with emotion and reprogramming your subconscious sets the stage for something even more powerful, something that will show how positive expectation and gratitude multiply money, almost instantly. But before we reveal this, consider this. What would your life be like if every word you said about money had the power to open doors, attract opportunities, and make your financial life expand effortlessly? It's precisely this connection we'll explore in the next topic. Now that you understand the power of speaking with intention, feeling every word, and reprogramming your subconscious, it's time to move on to something even more transformative, law of positive expectation. Here, it's not just about repeating phrases or imagining money arriving, but about create an inner certainty that prosperity is inevitable. Most people make a huge mistake. They desire, they hope, but deep down they doubt. This doubt acts as a silent, invisible block, preventing any opportunity from materializing. Have you ever thought about how you often say you want to change your financial life, but you continue to act out of fear, insecurity, or worry? This is precisely what nullifies much of the power of words. Positive expectations change everything because you begin to behave, think, and feel in a way that attracts concrete results. You go from being someone who chases to someone who receives, someone who sees opportunities around every corner, in every conversation, in every situation. And here's the most impactful detail. Positive expectation isn't empty optimism. It's not pretending everything will work out without taking action. It's a deep certainty that manifests itself in your behavior, your choices, and how you react to each situation. When you talk about money, when you repeat your words 3 times a day, if you're aligned with this positive expectation, your subconscious understands that you is ready to receive, that there are no internal barriers, that you deserve it, that you are capable, that money flows to you naturally. This is why some people seem to have it easy financially, while others struggle endlessly. The secret lies in the expectations they hold, in what they believe is possible. And it's not just about believing that you're going to get money. It's about wait actively, with absolute confidence, as if what you want is already happening. Each time you enter this state of positive expectation, you shift your energy field. What once seemed distant or difficult suddenly becomes closer, because the universe and your subconscious align people, situations, and opportunities to fulfill that expectation. It's like opening doors that were locked without you realizing it. And each word, each daily repetition, each feeling of certainty you put into this process is a key that unlocks one of those doors. Furthermore, when you combine positive expectation with gratitude, something we'll explore further below, you create a multiplier effect. Gratitude strengthens inner certainty, and sends a clear signal that you is ready to receive more, that you value what you've already achieved, and this creates space for the flow of prosperity to continue growing. And best of all, this process is completely natural. The more you practice positive expectation, the more automatic it becomes. You no longer need to struggle or worry, because your mind and words are already configured to attract and expand wealth. I want you to do an exercise right now. As you read this, imagine that every financial desire you have has already begun to materialize. Feel the security, the tranquility, the confidence of someone who knows they're on the right path, that they deserve it, that they can receive it. And in the comments, write the word trust, because it reinforces for yourself and everyone practicing with you the certainty that money arrives, multiplies, and aligns with your positive expectations. Each comment is like adding more energy to this field you're creating, making this expectation even more real. And here's what happens next. Now that you understand the importance of expecting with certainty, of creating positive expectation, the next step will show how to transform every word, every emotion, and every expectation into active gratitude, something that not only attracts money, but also causes it to multiply in a continuous and surprising way. But before we get there, think, what would your life be like if every action, every thought, and every word about money were aligned with an absolute certainty of prosperity? That's exactly what we'll delve into in the next topic. Now that you've learned to speak with intention, feel every word, reprogram your subconscious, and expect money with absolute certainty, it's time to find out how gratitude transforms all of this into a continuous flow of prosperity. Gratitude is not just a cute feeling or a feel-good habit. It is a powerful force that multiplies results. When you give thanks for what you already have, even if it's little, you're sending a clear signal to the universe and your mind that you're ready to receive even more. It's as if you're saying, I recognize the value of what has already come to me, and I'm ready to expand it. And the truth is, no one can attract wealth without first mastering this principle. Active gratitude opens doors that the mechanical repetition of words alone would never open. Imagine for a moment the impact of this. You repeat your phrases 3 times a day, feel the intention, maintain the positive expectation, and now add gratitude as fuel. Each word comes to life, each command becomes a spiritual act, a powerful mandate to attract prosperity. It's not an exaggeration, it's practical science. Your brain responds to gratitude by releasing dopamine and serotonin. You feel good, your energy shifts, your vibration rises, and money, which responds to your frequency, begins to flow. And that's precisely why people who consistently practice gratitude report unexpected opportunities, increased income, financial breakthroughs, and creative solutions that emerge out of nowhere. The connection between gratitude and spiritual command is simple yet powerful. You are not just asking, you are ordering with confidence while recognizing and appreciating what you've already received. This completely changes your relationship with money. You go from someone who begs or chases for it to someone who attracts and receives, and the effect is cumulative. The more you practice, the easier it becomes to enter this state of alignment, and each daily action reinforces the other. Imagine waking up, repeating your power words, feeling excitement, creating positive expectations, and giving thanks for what is already coming, all in just a few minutes. It's almost impossible not to notice changes in your financial life because you are creating a cycle where each element reinforces the other. And here's an important detail. Gratitude also helps eliminate fear and doubt, which are the biggest saboteurs of financial flow. Every time you say thank you, you're sending a message of confidence to your subconscious. It understands that you already deserve it, that you already have it, and that any old blockages can be released. That's why, when you combine powerful words, intention, positive expectation, and gratitude, you're creating a magnetic field that attracts money naturally and continuously. And this is the kind of practice that transforms not only your financial life, but your mindset, your decisions, and even your opportunities in a concrete and noticeable way. I want you to do something now. Write the word in the comments gratitude, and as you write, truly feel each letter, each syllable, as if money were flowing into you at that moment. This reinforces the energy you are creating, and is a practical way to align intention, emotion, and action. Each comment, each repetition, each sensation is one step closer to completely transform your relationship with money. And now that you've mastered the power of words, emotion, expectation, and gratitude, the next step will reveal something even more powerful: how to assume the attitude of owner of money, commanding your financial life with authority, turning everything you've learned so far into a permanent, uninterrupted flow of prosperity. And that's precisely what we'll delve into in the next topic. The time has come for something that many ignore, but that makes all the difference between continuing to fight for money and starting to attract him naturally: the attitude of ownership. So far, you've learned to speak with intention, feel the emotion of your words, reprogram your subconscious, expect with certainty, and practice gratitude. But if you approach every financial situation as someone asking, begging, or hoping for money to arrive uncertainly, all that effort loses its power. Change happens when you positions yourself as the owner of your money, as someone who has a legitimate right to abundance and who commands their financial life with confidence and authority. It's a simple but transformative mental adjustment. Money responds to your attitude, your energy, and the firmness of your conviction. Think about it. When you say, "I need," "I want," or act desperate, the universe and your subconscious interpret this as neediness, doubt, and lack of worth. But when you say and feel, "Money obeys me, it comes to me and multiplies," you're not asking, you're giving, ordering with certainty. It's a huge difference, because the beggar waits, but the owner acts, decides, and receives. And it's precisely this attitude that opens doors that previously seemed closed, that makes opportunities arise effortlessly, and that makes money begin to flow to you naturally, almost as if it were an inevitable consequence of your internal state. This attitude of ownership isn't arrogance, nor is it about manipulation or greed. It's simply taking full responsibility for your financial life, recognizing that you have a right to prosperity and that you can control your money. Every decision you make, every word you repeat, every action you take becomes part of a consistent command, which tells the universe and your subconscious, here is someone ready to receive and multiply. And believe me, when you internalize this, you begin to notice immediate changes. Opportunities that previously went unnoticed begin to appear. Unexpected gains arise. Situations that seemed blocked are resolved, and you feel an inner security that makes all the difference. I want you to visualize this right now. Imagine walking into a store, negotiating a service, or handling any financial situation with the attitude of someone who knows they deserve it, that they have a right, and that they're in control of their life. The confidence you feel while acting this way is noticed by people, by opportunities, and especially by your own subconscious. And it's this consistency that creates tangible and lasting results. The word you repeat 3 times a day, the emotion you feel, the positive expectation, the gratitude you practice, all of this now finds its way into your life, a fertile soil, because your position as owner gives you the authority to obey each command. To reinforce this even further, write the word in the comments control, truly feeling the weight and power of this word. By doing so, you reinforce your inner sense of ownership, and at the same time, connect with everyone who is applying this technique alongside you, creating a collective energy that amplifies the results. Every action you take in this direction causes money to flow naturally, as if responding to an invisible but real law of prosperity. And now, knowing how to take this ownership stance completely transforms your financial life. You are ready for the final step in this series, which will show you how complete formula of 3 daily repetitions, uniting words, emotion, expectation, gratitude, and authority, creating a continuous and multiplying flow of money in a concrete and perceptible way. That's exactly what we'll talk about in the next topic, and you won't want to miss it, because it's the step that makes everything connect and truly work. The time has come to take everything you've learned and turn it into concrete action. By now you've understood the power of words, emotion, positive expectations, gratitude, and ownership. Now it's time to put it all into practice in a simple yet extremely effective way. 3 daily repetitions formula. This is the step that transforms knowledge into results, that makes money not just an idea, but a real flow that begins to manifest in your life in a continuous and concrete way. Repetition isn't magic. It's the tool that trains your mind, reinforces your subconscious, and creates a vibrational pattern that the universe recognizes and responds to immediately. The secret lies in consistency and timing each repetition. The first should be upon waking, before even thinking about the day's tasks. This is when your mind is still fresh, receptive, and undistracted, and any word or phrase you utter will penetrate deeply into your subconscious. The second repetition takes place during the day, preferably during a pause or focused moment, when you can truly feel each word, visualize the money arriving, and experience the feeling of abundance. And the third, before bed, to close the day's cycle. At this time, your mind is receptive to your last thoughts before sleep, and what you repeat becomes even more integrated into your subconscious, paving the way for the flow of prosperity to continue the following day. And it's not just mechanical repetition. Each sentence needs to be felt. It needs to convey absolute certainty. Something like, "Money obeys me, it comes to me in expected and unexpected ways, and it multiplies without stopping." By saying this, you are combining intention, emotion, positive expectation, gratitude, and ownership. And it's precisely this combination that creates a magnetic field of financial attraction. The more you practice, the more natural it becomes, and the faster you'll start seeing results. Opportunities arise, income ideas appear, solutions that previously seemed impossible become visible, and money flows in ways you never imagined. I want you to visualize now. Each repetition is as if you were feeding a machine that only increases your balance, an invisible but extremely real machine, which responds to every word, every feeling, and every action aligned with your intention. And the most incredible thing is that by applying this formula every day, you create an uninterrupted cycle of prosperity where each element reinforces the other. The spoken word, the felt emotion, the positive expectation, the gratitude and the attitude of ownership become a perfect mechanism, multiplying results almost automatically. To strengthen this, write the word in the comments multiplication, feeling its meaning while mentally applying each daily repetition. This helps consolidate energy, strengthen the subconscious, and create a connection with everyone practicing with you, amplifying the effects. And remember, this is the step that ties it all together, transforming all the lessons into a practical, simple, and powerful method that anyone can apply. It's the formula that makes money. Stop escaping and start arriving steadily and increasingly. Now that you understand exactly how your words, emotions, and daily actions can transform your financial life, you realize that everything you've learned here has already begun to open doors, generate opportunities, and put money in your favor. This video provides a concrete, easy-to-apply, step-by-step guide that connects each teaching in a practical way, showing how to transform intention into real results. By applying these techniques, you're already feeling changes, and by sharing this energy with others, you further amplify the effect, creating a field of prosperity around you. Show that you value and recognize this transformation. Leave your like and subscribe to the channel to continue receiving content that elevates your mindset, multiplies opportunities, and reinforces every step you've taken here today. And to further reinforce what you've just learned, write the word "I'm sorry" in the comments. Abundance, feeling every letter and every syllable as if money and opportunities were already flowing directly to you. And stay tuned, because the next video will reveal even more powerful strategies, ways to expand everything you've learned here and accelerate your money multiplication in ways that will surpass any expectations. Each new step you take will further transform your financial landscape, bringing surprises and results you never imagined possible. The path to prosperity is just beginning, and every action you take today creates a multiplier effect for tomorrow.